What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97, and I actually managed to put everybody on the card this week. Well, everybody except for Ashley, because she's just here. But we have a full card. Edge and Johnny Nitro teaming up to take on Snitsky and Terry Funk. Mick Foley ringside for that one. It'll be interesting to see how Snitsky and Funk work together, since obviously Snitsky not too happy with his failure to capture the world title from Mick Foley. So got some multi-dimensional storytelling in that tag match. We have Sandman and Sabu kicking off their rivalry with Elijah Burke and Marcus Corvan. JTG and Shad finally go one-on-one. We got a Fatal 4-Way featuring Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Ric Flair, and CM Punk. Figure out maybe who's going to challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship next. And then we got just a leftover tag team matchup. Two teams who've been down on their luck, trying to turn things around. It's the King's Court versus Carlito and Chris Masters. Let's confirm. And it's Carlito and Masters who get the win over the King's Court. So, my, how the mighty have fallen. They went from tag team champions to now bottom of the barrel tag team. Not looking too great for the King's Court. Matt Hardy is able to win the Cruiserweight Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way, not the Cruiserweight Championship Fatal 4-Way, just a Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way. So, yeah, what's going on with the Cruiserweight division? It's still up in the air. It could still be anybody, because Matt just beat everybody. So that was a bit of a surprise. Actually, now that I look at this, I'm realizing that I don't necessarily have to play any of these matches. And I just simulated the most interesting one. Whoops. But I'm not going to simulate the show. We'll play something. We could do the Cryme Tyme match. That could be interesting, maybe. Let's simulate this one, because we just played as Burke last week. Oh, but Sabu gets the win. So, tag champ still looking strong, not looking to show any sign of weakness against any team. And do I simulate this one? I do. I'm not all that interested in it. Oh, no, but I did want Edge and Nitro to win. They just didn't. So even though Snitsky had some dysfunction with the Funk Foley group, they still managed to get the win. So good on them. So here we go. The Cryme Tyme rivalry is happening now. So they've had some time. They've had time to fall out. They've tried going their separate ways. They've tried getting back together, trying to go back after the tag titles. Nothing's really been working for him. JTG failed to capture the Cruiserweight title at Armageddon. Shad failed to capture the United States Championship at Armageddon as well. And finally, it looks like it's come to this. They've got nothing really going for them on SmackDown, so now they're at each other's throats. They were able to split on mutual terms before, but that's no longer the case. JTG and Shad are both at the risk of falling off the map, falling out of relevancy here on SmackDown. And so this was really the only option they had left, was to attack each other for the sake of, maybe trying to resurrect their careers, for the slight hope that maybe they'll be able to move on to something better. But will they be able to move on to something better? That is the ultimate question. I mean, they've already had one chance to do so, one chance to move on to greener pastures, and we're unable to do it. This really is their last gasp. If they can't get it done here, if this match, this rivalry won't lead to success for at least one of them, well then, that's basically it. Cryme Tyme is basically done. So we've got the Royal Rumble coming up next. Then after that, we just got 2 pay-per-views to go. We got about 2 months left of GM mode to go, which I don't know exactly what that equates to in real time. But we're nearing the end of GM mode, and as I've stated previously, this will be the last GM mode series I do on this channel. I want to just focus more on universe mode. I just want to, really that's the main project I want to focus on with regards to this channel, because I do run another channel, and that takes up a pretty substantial amount of time already. So I don't really, this is the end of GM mode. This will be the last series I do, but I still want to go out with a bang. I still want it to be enjoyable for people, so I hope everybody has still been enjoying the episodes, the content that I've been putting together over the last few months. Even though there were periods where my interest in it was waning, it has sort of come and gone, as motivation just sort of tends to do in general, unless I think it's very rare to find a person who is just always motivated, who is like always, well, I guess maybe it depends what you do. Like, even if you're super passionate about something, you know, there will be periods where, like, you're not constantly in a mood to, like, always do things. Like, you know, even if you're, like, an athlete and you do, like, physical stuff, well, if you get injured or something, like, you're not... I mean, I don't know exactly how to describe it. But, looking to wrap things up here, as JTG is looking to wrap up this matchup, as a superplex delivered to Shad. Look at the power on display by JTG. Would not have expected that. Would not have expected that from him. But, of course, JTG's going to have to make up for the size disadvantage. Shad's got the power, the strength over JTG. So JTG's got to be quick. He's got to outmaneuver Shad, and so far he's not doing that. Shad just able to take him down with a drop toe hold. I guess now, though, on the topic of, you know, GM mode, slowly bringing the series to a close. We're slowly coming down to the end. And, you know, I'll just ask the question here for a little bit of interaction in the comments section. What would you say from the 2006 series? You know what, I'll even include the ECW 08 series, if any of you have actually seen that, or if you've seen the whole thing. What would you say is, you know, top 5 favorite moments in this GM mode playthrough? You know, whether it's from the very original, maybe even the very original, like, Raw stuff that I did, where I edited it together like it was some sort of custom story. It's kind of disappointing that that series ended up getting cut short the way that it did. It's also just not, like, the way that I presented that series is not something that, I don't know, I'm not really interested in doing anymore, but at the time, that was sort of cool. It was an interesting experiment. I don't think anyone had really done something like that before with GM mode specifically. 08 series, I mean, but of course, the 08 series, things changed quite considerably between, you know, over the course of that 08 series, because obviously when I started that in 2013, which was my first, like, still part, back when it was, that was my first full year on YouTube, was 2013. I started in 2012, but late 2012, around the time that WWE 13 was released. So that was my first full year on YouTube, and I don't think I properly finished the GM mode series until 2015. And a lot changed over that time span. So you can, I think by the time the SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 series began, I feel like it has a totally different feel compared to the 08 series. Part of that was also because I was able to record commentary while I was doing the gameplay. Back before, I didn't really... Actually, did I do that in 06? Actually, no. I think the 06 series was still post-commentary for... Yeah, I think the... Was it for the entire series, or maybe just most of it? But yeah, there was some of the GM mode series. I recorded the matches, the gameplay ahead of time, and had to do post-commentary just because my laptop could not process me doing both at once, because it was I had a really terrible laptop at the time. And now I'm able to do the stuff live, so I'm able to react to the gameplay live, and I feel like that helps me. It feels more genuine, it feels more natural, because I'm actually reacting to the gameplay as it's happening. So there is an element of surprise there, where I don't know what's happening because it's happening right in front of me. It's not like I recorded it and there's a disconnect where I'm doing the commentary after the fact. But yeah, I don't know whether your favorite moment was a match or it was some goofy thing that took place, like, I don't know, what happened in the meantime, or like one of those betrayals that happened in the menu screens, just something. What would you say were your favorite moments from the history of GM mode? See, maybe when I finish GM mode, I might do something like a top 10 moments thing, just for the nostalgia. Just 'cause I think that'd be a cool project to make, to sort of encapsulate the entirety of GM mode just in a tiny little bite-sized package. I was gonna do that. Fun fact, I had, when I ended main event in Universe mode back in 2K17, I did the Mega Main Event special, and, you know, we had a whole big shebang, a whole farewell for it there. I was actually going to do a top 10 main event episodes video, only I just kind of, like, I was gonna do it, but I just didn't really have the time to make it, and now it's been like a year since main event ended, so I don't think it's something that I'll go back and, I don't know, I might go back and finish the project because I still have the audio for it. Like, do I have the audio? Did I record audio? Maybe I didn't record audio. I think I had a script written. I have something for it. And I was going to make a video out of it, but I just never had the time to go back and edit it. So it's just sort of sitting on my computer, sitting in my Google Drive, wherever I have it. So I don't know if that'll ever get released to the public, if I'll ever actually publicize that top 10 main events episode video, but I could do one for GM mode, a top 10 moments in GM mode. Could be fun. But if you haven't seen any of my other GM mode series, and this is the first one you're seeing from me, and you need something to watch while you're waiting for new episodes, check that stuff out. Because that's what I think is kind of cool about having a channel like this, where, like, my anime channel is much more episodic, if you would. Like, each video I make is it's its own script. It's generally self-contained, so they're their own projects. There's not as much of a connecting through line with them. Whereas the series, like GM mode, universe mode here, it's all a big narrative. It's all got these narrative through lines, these recurring things throughout it. So what's cool about having a channel like this and running it for so many years is that when people, like, just now are finding my channel, and maybe this is the very first episode they're seeing, for example, they can go back and have, like, days worth of content to go back and watch. So, like, while it's in no way an excuse for the big universe mode drought that I have right now, people can, like, go back and watch, like, they can get caught up on the story, and that gives them something to sort of watch in the meantime while they wait for new content, which I think is sort of cool, just to have that huge backlog of content. Like, you can go back to me in 2015 and see what MathWiz was like 3 years ago, and stuff like that. Or even go all the way back to, 2012 and see what I was like when I recorded my very first Universe Mode episode. So there's just interesting stuff like that. Lots of interesting things that you run into when you run a YouTube channel. Yeah, just kind of went on a bit of a tangent there as this match goes on. But right now, Shad appears to be in a bit of trouble. JTG, kick to the midsection. He's going for the swinging neck breaker. Or the float over neck breaker, whatever the heck. That's not a float over neck breaker. I don't know what it is. Some sort of neck breaker. JTG, gonna go down for the cover. 1, 2, 3. JTG beats the big man. He's able to get the win over Shad. Would you call that an upset? Don't call it a comeback, because he's been here for months. JTG finally gets what could be perhaps the start of a big break. If he's able to beat his partner Shad, 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring, well, then there's no obstacle too large for JTG to overcome. But what does that mean? Is he going to perhaps go for the Cruiserweight title now? Because that seems to be, that's where he's been before. But if he's able to beat Shad, well, then maybe he could go for the US title in the future, or maybe World Heavyweight Championship material, maybe someday, maybe, probably not. But it would be nice to dream that there's not enough time. There's not enough time to build up JTG to be a World Heavyweight Championship contender. But we're there. The Royal Rumble. We got a 3-star show. Yeah, I was right that last week's show would be much better than this week's. I was absolutely correct. Oh my god. Oh my god. 4-star from Raw and ECW. Yeah, we're dead. It's over. Game over, man. Game over. So let's take a look. With it, what kind of a match is that? What is this? What is that? WWE Championship. We're even match 2? Match 2? We can't even get, like, match 3? You think it would be like, here's one brand, here's the next brand, here's the third brand. I mean, I guess we're third place, so we're just that low on the card. And then there's the Royal Rumble. Well, obviously, we gotta have our World Heavyweight Championship match. I don't know if I'm gonna make it a stipulation just yet. Right now, we're gonna put Nitro, the US champ, in there. We're gonna put Mick Foley, the World Heavyweight champ. I mean, Last Man Standing is Foley's specialty, so we could just go all out from the beginning. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, though. That might be a little extreme. I mean, it's their first one-on-one matchup, pretty much. Except I think maybe they had one 2 weeks ago. Okay, but, you know, the first one-on-one where Funk is not present, so it would seem kind of extreme to go straight to the last man standing match. So we won't do that. We'll just do a normal match. Yeah, that might get us a lower rating overall for the pay-per-view. We're not going to win GM of the Year, so I don't really care at this stage. Alright, so where are our guys? Edge, obviously. Well, let's get rid of them all. What the heck? Why is it showing the titles they have in the menus? That's weird. Because, yeah, Matt Hardy, a SmackDown superstar, is definitely one half of the World Tag Team Champions. That makes sense. So let's get all the guys in here who are currently in rivalry. So we gotta have Edge. We gotta have Snitsky. I guess we'll throw in Burke and Corvan and where are they? Sabu. Wait, didn't I already put Snitsky in there? What the heck is going on? Who'd I pick? We got Edge. We got Burke. Okay, so Edge and Burke are there. We got Corvan. We got Sandman. We got Snitsky. We got Sabu. Who's Terry Funk in a rivalry with? Terry Funk is not in a rivalry, but it's his hometown, so I should put him in there. We'll get CM Punk in there. We got two more rivalry guys, maybe, who can go in there. I don't know if we really got anybody. We could do Cryme Tyme. I mean, hey, if JTG wants to be world champion, that'd be the way to do it. I'm not going to put Nitro in the Royal Rumble. I don't really want him to do double duty because he's already in the rivalry, and I don't want to accidentally ruin it by putting him in the thing. I do think it is also kind of cool, though, that you can't put your world champion in there because, like, I do not have access to Mick Foley. So that's a nice touch. I guess we'll do JTG and Shad. Just to absolutely ensure that those rivalries stay alive. Alright, so that Royal Rumble is certainly going to be interesting. That's going to be next episode. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I know that your contracts are going to expire, but that's the goal, you see? The goal is that... Because Punk lost again. So... And he's going to lose again. Oh, shoot. Yeah, he's going to lose if I put him in the Rumble. I mean, not necessarily. Punk might win. I shouldn't be jumping to conclusions. I'm not giving you a new contract, Ashley. Get out of here. But yeah, Edge and Punk, I'm definitely going to pretty much just cheat. Even though I have the money to... I absolutely have the money to renegotiate them. I'm going to be cheeky. Going to be cheeky about it. Let's just go ahead and ensure that Mick Foley doesn't jump ship. Well, not jump ship, but that I don't lose his contract. So I'll go ahead and get that ahead of time. And Sabu's tag champ, so I'll just wait there. I don't need to do that much in advance. I want to make sure that I definitely have the money for when, you know, things happen later. Oh, this rivalry is actually still alive. That's kind of a surprise. Should I put him in the Rumble? I don't know if that'll actually even matter, if the Rumble actually matters much for ratings. Fan support, we're dead. Power 25, we got 2 and 3. Wow. Wow, the tag champs are actually way up there. They're way up at number 2. That's pretty cool. Got Edge, got Snitsky, Nitro, got Corvan. Burke somehow died. He died in the last week. He's gone. Matt Hardy's moving up finally. See, look at that. Matt Hardy stringing together the wins, moving up in the world. Man, Ashley is now starting to surpass people. That's how much popularity I've given her. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, stay tuned for the next episode. It'll be the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble, the road to WrestleMania begins at the Royal Rumble. So I will see you next time.